Okay, so this is pretty close to home, this one, because I only know about this because I walk past it every day. And I've lived here for about 6 years. So I used to notice this grave here, or this cross here near the railway tracks, and I thought, why is there a cross there? Someone had an accident there. And one day I actually stopped and looked at it because there were some reefs there. And I read about the fella there, and I thought, well, okay, I don't know what's really happened here, but I just presume there's been an accident. Well, just a year or two ago, there was another cross there, and this happened one night when I was woken up by the train stopping, and there was all this commotion. Anyway, what I found out was someone who lives close by was there that day, and I just said, do you know why the train stopped? And that said, yeah, another person died there last night, and the woman happened to actually know the family, and what had happened is the father had been hit by the train of this boy here, and his picture will come up next. So it started off just as what I thought was a straightforward story into getting into something more complex. And what had happened, as far as I know, and don't quote me, is the boy had committed suicide, jumped in front of the train or something like that. Anyway, his father just passed away a couple of years ago on the exact same spot at the railway track, and I found an article about it, and it said that his family is saying that he didn't commit suicide. He fell over and he couldn't get up. I had heard from the woman who knows the people, and she said that he had actually, couldn't handle the loss of his son and went to the place to end it like his son had. And I don't know what the truth is, but family settled on saying that he had fallen over and he couldn't get back up again, and then the train struck. I know that every night after that, when the train went past for a while, it would bellow its horn, and it goes past in the middle of the night, and it was really annoying. And people lived right on the railway track. So that's the father there. And next is an article there on it that I found. But whether he did or not, I do not know. It does seem like a coincidence, but it's obviously the father and son have both passed away at the same position at the railway track. Pretty unfair if it's the same train driver. But in regards to that, they've actually put a walk-in around now, and there was never a walk-in around that railway track. It was just a path that stops. You walk over the railway track to the next path. Now they've actually put in a zigzag, and I didn't think the grave was there. The markers were there, and I walked straight past them, and you'll see that in the video that I walked past them and then come back and find them. And apart from that, here's the article here on it, and you can read that I found. And it's just if anyone's ever feeling that way or knows anyone that's ever feeling that way, make sure they seek help, because we don't want any tragic things like that. So here's me currently walking down the street. This is a street in Spearwood, Western Australia. It's just walking past Edeline Street down Rockingham Road. And as I walk past, I'll come to the new walk around, or crossover as they call it. This was never here. And now I'm thinking, now they've got this new one, even they've got rid of the crosses. I thought that was a bit inconsiderate. And that's just me looking down the railway track where the crosses used to be. And then I realised, no, later on they weren't there, they were further back. It's just that this walkway now cuts into there. So I'm looking to say this is where the accidents roughly happened, which it was right on the railway, obviously. So why the father was walking down there, I'll never know. And happened to coincidentally fall over at the same time. So you could probably figure things out for yourself here. And that's the next crossover over there. So what I do is I walk back thinking, well, I'll have to wait for someone to come back and put some murals back there. And obviously this video wasn't going to take place. And then I realised, just as I'm walking around this corner, they've actually put in a special little section for them, and it's right there, as you can see. And that's quite nice of them. So I'll zoom in on those show the photos for that in a minute. Just the plaques down the bottom. So this is what they've done. That's the son there. And like I said, there's no judgment on whether he did end his own life there. I don't know for sure, and I don't know if the father did, but I did hear that that's what happened to the boy, and then read that the father, it didn't happen. It's just coincident he fell over. Maybe he went down there while he was drinking to visit his son's thing and fell over or something. Anything could have happened. I heard that he never dealt with it too well, but rest in peace for the both of them. And they've even put these plaques there. That's quite nice of them to make this section for them. I thought they had just like completely ripped them up and chucked them out. So they've even got a little box there for them. That was quite considerate of them to do that. I thought that was good. So yeah, that's just a tragedy in the making. Two lost souls. And as you can, I was quite lucky here because this was about 10:30 at night. It's usually busy till 3 o'clock in the morning, at least this road. So it's rather, didn't like filming it. There's my flashlights on there as well, and that's just the intersection there. So he asked me if I walked past there and felt anything, other than I felt bad for the people. No, I've never felt anything, any presence or anything like that. Looks like, well, yeah, it's quite peaceful. And that sort of told a story to me over the years that I've been here now, starting off with the first one, then the train situation that night, and hearing about that, then another cross appearing, and then the new track around, detour around there has been put in. So there's a close-up of the plaques, and here's a close-up of the other one, and that's pretty much what happened there. And I'd only know about this because I live here. I've never heard about this from anyone else or seen it in the papers or anything like that. It's amazing what you know just because it's in your area. Whether it goes public or not, we do not know, but obviously there was something in the paper about it from the family.